All right, now we are ready to discuss the back office training. Note, please, that this is my.franpos.com, and I will have already sent you a username and password to log into this website, as well as your PIN for the register. So this is what your dashboard will look like. First thing you'll see when you sign on. So your sales will be calculated here every day. And then as well down here, you'll have your numbers of transactions, average sale per transaction, any new customers you might have added, and your product sales, total sales for the day. Your business intelligence, if you have more than one location, will show you a heat map of how well each of those locations is doing. Customers, so all of your customers will be listed here. Anybody that has signed on with their rewards. Constantly growing customer platform. So on the tickets form, this is where you can find all of your tickets from any given day. You're able to click on the ticket. You can see who took the order, what the order was for. You can also click the three dots, print out receipts if you need to, email or SMS the ticket to the customer. Employees, this is where we would set up all of your employees for the location. So required for that, if you hit the plus symbol, requirements would be first name and last name. And then also you would need an email address and a password. The PIN code will be auto-generated. And then what their access permission is. So whether it's going to be a team member, a shift leader, or if you're the owner of the location. The email is required, but it could be anything that you want to put in there. It wouldn't have to be the employee's actual email unless you want them to be on the website doing any sort of price changes or anything like that for you. Catalog, we'll go there next. So this is where you can make adjustments to your items and your menu. So we'll start with items first. And you would want to come here to change your prices or make any corrections to the item, change a picture if you'd like, or possibly even add a new item. So to change prices for the yogurt, we'll start with that. So we have one yogurt. Just click on the item and change your price here. Let's say it's 63 cents in your location. And then note also the tare weight of the cup. Let's say a new cup is introduced and that needs to be adjusted. This is where you would have to do that. And then you would simply hit save here at the bottom and the price will update on this screen. It's also possible to click on these 6. Let's say they're all going up 10 cents. And then you click on batch actions, adjust the pricing. You can change them to that new price, or you can add 10 cents and it'll add 10 cents to all those prices. Inside the menu item is also where you can change the image if you would like. Just click on change. Note that it can't be larger than 2 megabytes. Upload your file and hit apply. To add an item, click on the plus here, click on item, enter the item name, category that it falls under, whether it's acai, cakes, delivery, yogurt. Put it on the menu that you want. If it's a yogurt menu, what you're charging for the price. If it's yogurt, then it's by the ounce. If it's an item, then it would be each. And then update the price on the menu should be checked. And send to kitchen will print it off on the little tray receipt. Also note that if you require taxes for any of this, that taxes need to be set under the taxes option and then hit save. Next, we'll go to the menu. So we'll go to catalog here and click on menu. And this is where all of your screens will lie. If you recall, on the register, we have all these are your menus here. So if there's something, let's say in retail, that you don't want on the menu, you can click on retail and scroll down to that item. Let's say it's the candy tin, select the trash can, that'll remove it from the menu. And then either scroll up to that save or down to save the menu, and it'll save on the back end. And then when this syncs every 15 minutes, it'll update it. If you need it to sync immediately, you can push the sync button here and it'll download the changes. This is a good way to go through and clean up the menu based on the standard menu. If there's changes you want to make, some things you don't offer, etc., just delete them off of there and save. Or if there's a menu you don't use, let's say you don't cater or you don't use parties, you can click on that menu and uncheck available on point of sale and hit save. And that will remove it from up here at the top and you won't be able to access it from that side. The next thing I wanted to discuss, if you go to settings and then tax settings, this is where your taxes are set up for your location. So you could have a food tax, a retail tax, and a sales tax, each of those being different for what type of item you have in your location. So if you click on sales tax and then click on sales tax again inside here, this will show your rate and you can adjust it to whatever your local rate needs to be. Save it and that tax will apply. Food tax here as well, and then retail tax. Now note when we set up the items, only thing that is applied at the locations is a sales tax. So if you click on catalog, if you do have a food tax, you need to go back to the item. Let's say the yogurt would be a good category here. So we'll click on category and yogurt and hit search. And then all of these yogurts, let's say they have a food tax. You can click on this box, do a batch action, change tax category, and change them all to food tax. And note that anything you leave blank here will not apply tax. So all of these must be checked. Next, we'll go over discounts. So we'll go to marketing and discounts and deals, and then manual discounts. So we have those three that I showed you on the register. We have the social cake, the spin 5 ounce, and the test. So all those are right here. So to create a new one, you can click on the 3-dot menu here, add manual discount, new discount name and code, and then what it applies to. Typically, the discounts are going to apply to a yogurt. So you'd want to apply to product SKU and then find maybe the one yogurt in your list, carry it over, and then this is the only item that this test discount is going to apply to. And then we want the discount, let's say it's going to be a percentage. So a 10% discount, we'll put that here. So every time that one yogurt is applied, the test percentage of 10%, when it's going to expire, I always suggest changing it to 99 so it never expires. If you do have a term where you only have a discount for 6 months, you can set that here. You can also require special discount permission that only managers or owners can use the discount. And you can set limitations for how often that can be used. Once only, once per customer, once per order, or once per product. And then click save. And then that discount will apply on the register and you'll be able to see it in this menu here. Another discount option you might want to use is a BOGO. So the BOGO free would apply to the product variant SKU. You would have the 1 cup over to this side. You can put a percentage of that cup and then 100% on the 1 cup. And then you have your start date and your end date. And then no limitations for the discount. So what this means is if you have BOGO, so you have 2 yogurts that you would enter on the register, and then you would use this coupon 1 time and it would take off the percentage of the yogurt that is 50% of the order. Lastly, I wanted to go over reports. So we'll click on reports here, and there are 5 that you should be looking at every day, and you can also send these to yourself via email. So these 5 would be the close day report. What this is going to show you is any drawers that were closed on any shift and how short they were in that drawer. So the drawer count, you would put in the 210, whatever you counted down for the drawer. And this is how much you were expected. So over short 210.93. And this shows who did the drawer itself, what location, if you have more than one location, and the device name, when it was open, when it was closed. And these can be exported or emailed to you every day. If you just click on email, click on schedule or daily schedule, pick a time you want it emailed, and then starting since the next day, enter your email address here. If it's more than one, just have a comma and a space to separate out to the next email. Second report would be the daily closeout. This one will show all of your sales for the day in a comprehensive view. So you'll standard location would have cash, credit cards, each of those broken out. You would have your product sales, so your yogurt, beverages, retail, and then tips, if there were any tips used that day. And then again, the totals report of all those items above, including taxes and any refunds that you would have had. Note that on here, the discounts will show up as the total, but not be broken down. The broken down portion of the discounts will be on the end of day report that comes directly from the register. The third report to look at would be the Menchie's detail summary. So this report will show you a comprehensive view of the previous day, just as it applies to Menchie's. So your net sales, gross sales, retail sales, acai sales, and yogurt sales. You also have your ticket average, your yogurt sales weight, and your cup average amount, and your cup weight average, and any cake sales you might have sold that day. The fourth report to look at would be the time clock report under employees. This will show you who clocked in, what time they worked, time in, time out, how long they worked, and their running total. And these would populate every single day. If you went to weekly, you would see a summary of each week. Otherwise, the next employee would be here when they clocked in, when they clocked out. Now, if somebody forgot to clock out, you can go in here and edit it here with the 3 dots, edit the record, and pick their time in, date, time in, time out date, or time out, and change any of those fields and hit save. By doing so, you'll see that when it was updated in this little eye icon here. You can hit generate here and it'll show you your bi-weekly amount for all employees, and you can approve the hours, export them, or email them to yourself for payroll. The last report to discuss would be the tips report. This report will show all the tips for the day for each employee. How many they had, the tip amount. So all of those would be listed. You can also, pick the last 7 days, the last 30 days, last 90 days. And then when exporting this, you can split the tips to Excel if you wanted to split them among the team. Note you could again email this one on a schedule, daily, monthly, whatever, send it to yourself on the same email.